say anything inappropriate. Okay, how about now? Text me if you can hear me, see me now, and make sure that we're all a go. All right. Okay, Randy says that you can see and hear, I hope. Let's make sure we got double recordings going. Okay, good. I got some screens that I prepared for us. There's one. All right, make sure that's showing. I'm going to pull it over here. Let's see, where am I going to show this? Okay, I'll show it here for now. Okay. All right, just getting ready so I know where it's at. Okay. Welcome, everybody. This is Jason Whitney with 3 Believe weekly web class coming at you. I'm a food scientist that specializes in metabolic syndrome and chronic disease. Been doing it for almost 12 years, serving doctors and clinics across the country, working with them to help their patients with an alternative to medication and surgery, or just putting up with not feeling awesome. So we've had tens of thousands of people that have gone through the program with great success. Just came back from a conference in Colorado with many doctors, PhD, research scientists, and I got a chair here that's kind of in my way. Let me move this. That's better. And learn some great data, some great confirmation of that we're on the right track, that the rest of the scientific community is adopting our philosophy. So that's kind of cool. It was comforting to see that we're on the right track, that we've been doing this for a decade, and the thousands, or hundreds, I should say, hundreds of studies that are coming out now looking at a ketogenic approach really is founded in science rather than opinion or a fad. So that's great news. You may have noticed that I have a guest here.
Hello.
This is Porter. This is my grandson, and we're going to have a little discussion about school lunch and nutrition, right?
Yes.
Yeah, from the eyes of a teenager. Yes, he's a teenager. He just entered teenagerism. He just, not recently, but he's 13. So that means, trouble, right? All teenagers are just trouble, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. No, he's a great kid. So, I mean, what else do you expect from the loins of a food scientist that has ketogenic foods flowing through his body, right? Yeah. He does, by the way, he's been with me for a few days. He's going to be with me for a week or so. And he comes to work with me. And what is it that is your favorite lunch at the shop?
Definitely the pizza.
Yeah,
I love the pizza.
Pizza's good. He did have, I talked him into trying the burrito. We have our low carb, all natural burrito with chicken and beans and rice and peppers and onions. And he rated it. He graded it on a scale from 1 to 10 and gave it a
5.
I thought you said a 7. It got worse over time?
It did. I'm sorry to say.
He compared it to a restaurant burrito that he absolutely loves, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but it was still good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was all right.
All right. Okay. So, hey, if I can get a 5 or a 7 out of a teenager, then we're winning the battle. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about nutrition and the big surprise, and the impression of what is healthy and what isn't healthy, right? And so Porter, he came and he said, hey, listen, Grandpa, I'm going to be with you for a little while. Can you help me do something extra while I'm here? You remember what that was?
I do.
What was it?
To lose weight.
Lose some weight. Now, what kind of weight do we want to lose? We want to lose muscle?
No.
We want to lose some bones?
No.
No. How about some organs? Because I said we could lose weight if we lop off an arm or take a couple of organs. Is that permissible? Would that pass his scrutiny? And you said,
No.
no organs, can't do that. And so what kind of weight do you want to lose?
Fat.
Fat. He thinks that he has too much fat. And so we put it on my fancy dancy scale at the office. It's an $11,000 scale. Now it's cool because it doesn't tell you just your body weight, which is honestly, it doesn't matter. Back in the day when I was a financial advisor, when people would come in bragging about how much money they made, they'd say, I'm making $1 million a year. And I said, okay, well, let's look at your finances. Oh, you're spending $1.1 million a year. You're actually doing much, much worse than the person that's making $30,000 a year and they're saving $3 million. Who's in better financial shape, right? So it doesn't matter what you weigh. That's how I'm tying that together. Doesn't matter what you make. Doesn't matter what you weigh. It matters what is it in your body that makes up those total pounds of weight, right? So how much muscle do we have? How much hydration do we have? Are we dehydrated? Do we have ample amount of bone strength? And do we have too much fat? And Porter thinks that he has a little too much fat. Okay, so we put him on the machine. It measures very accurately the amount of fat, where the fat's at. So it tells us how much fat's on his arms, how much is in his core, how much is actually around his organs, for visceral fat, how much is on his legs, and then also does the same thing on muscle mass. How much muscle does he have on his arms and core and legs? Great. Tells me how much hydration he has, tells me how much, why don't you come up? He's too far away. How much hydration he has inside the cell and outside the cell. That kind of tells me his level of inflammation, right? Which is important. And he got on, and the scale confirmed that we did have a couple of pounds to lose, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Yeah. And so we have some goals. He's been with us since, so we got together I picked you up on Thursday. And so we had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we're in it for not a complete 5 days, right?
Yes.
And as of last night, you've lost
3.
a little, actually about 3.5 pounds. Pretty good, right? Were you surprised?
I was surprised.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. So we're on the right track. So let's talk about what we think. If our goal is to lose weight, remember, you've heard me talk about how do we determine the value of a food that we're thinking about eating? How do we determine how healthy it is? And you've heard me say, it's really not about asking whether it's healthy or not. It's about what is that food going to do in accomplishing my goal that I'm trying to set out for. Now, if I'm looking to do a 26-mile run, then I need different types of food that will help me accomplish that. If Porter is trying to lose some excess fat that he wants to get rid of, then the food that is quote unquote healthy needs to be a different kind of food, because that food will put us into a certain physiological state. Now, when you heard me talk about looking at food, I want you to translate in your mind and go, what is this food going to do to my production of insulin, right? What's it going to do to my hormones? And really the hormone that you need to be concerned about mostly is insulin. So if I eat this food, is it going to increase my insulin, keep it the same, or lower my insulin, right? And that's the easiest way to really define how healthy a food is. What is it you're trying to accomplish? So I got the idea that we would go online, and you're going to go with us, and we're going to look at Porter's school district's lunch that they serve at the school. And then we're going to have him tell us, now this is not a test of his intelligence, right? He's a smart kid, by the way. I gotta keep on my toes just to keep up with him. But the only way I can even compete is just because of experience. I've just been alive longer, and so I know some of the cheat codes of life. but his intelligence, yeah, that's another video. So he's going to tell us, before we look at the food, he's going to tell us, is it healthy? Is it not healthy? All right. And then we're going to learn how I want you to look at food, what measurements you could use to determine if this food is healthy for the purpose that you're trying, or the end result that you're trying to get out of. Okay? Sound like a good plan? All right. All right. So I'm going to go to a screen share for a minute so you can just go right along with us. And let me tell you this first. I'm going to show you. Remember, if you saw that Excel sheet, I prepared a little bit of an Excel sheet. If you can see that. Now, on this Excel sheet, let's close that. That's kind of ugly. All right. Right here, you'll see what I did is I just put the calories in column B. In column C, I put fat that food will have, the percentage of the total calories of that food, what percentage of that food is fat, how much is carbs, how much is protein, right? So for example, let's just take that first one. Here's chocolate milk. It's 112 calories. It has 0 fat because, thank goodness, they gave us fat-free milk. But so it has 0% of the total calories. So 0% of those calories, 112, came from fat. 20 grams of carbs, 71% of the calories came from the carbohydrates, and 8 grams of protein, and 29% of the calories came from protein. Now, I want you to remember in your head, what's the graph that I've taught you? What is the ratio that I want it to be, right? Well, we want our fat, actually, we just kind of flip-flop this. We want our fat 60 to 70% of our calorie intake, the right kinds of fats at that. And then we want our carbs sitting somewhere, depending on our goal, if we're trying to lose weight, like in Porter's case, we want it down around 3 to 5, no more than 10% of our total calories should be coming from carbohydrates, and then protein makes up the rest. So this is all out of whack, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to use this example. I just threw this together this morning before the video. We're going to have Porter pick his normal lunch. We're going to enter the items in here, and then we're going to see what the numbers come out to be. All right. So I'm going to move this over here for now. Is this your first live online video, Porter?
Live, yes.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah. What kid hasn't posted a video? Where have you posted it?
Well, I mean, on YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. All right. Have you ever had breakfast at the school?
I have, but not normally.
Okay. So can we just start out with breakfast? Because
yes.
That's the first meal of the day. All right. So we're going to go here. I'm going to share this screen first. Let's go screen share. And where are we going? Right there. Okay. All right. So here it is, Davis School District. There's his junior high. And then up there, you'll see that there's all menus, breakfast, lunch, salad line, sandwich line, pizza line, snack line, gluten-free. Thank goodness they have gluten-free down there. And then gluten-free lunch, gluten-free snacks. Okay. So today's the 26th. You can see right there, Tuesday. We're going to go to a breakfast. What kid would not want a cinnamon roll with frosting? You?
I don't like them. I usually trade them in for the stuff.
Right here for what? Now, how come you don't like it? Is it because it's not a good cinnamon roll, or you just don't like cinnamon rolls?
I don't like cinnamon rolls.
Okay, all right. So on this list, what is it that when you did eat breakfast, what did you have?
They would usually have muffins. I'd have the muffins.
So all you would have would be a muffin. Okay, there it is. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but the fourth item down, pancake on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had it?
I have. Wasn't my favorite.
No, I looked at the picture. It looks like a corn dog.
It does, yeah.
Ugh. Okay, he had a muffin, a 4-ounce muffin. So it's not very big. How big of a muffin is that? Kind of show us with your hands. Up here.
Like this, pretty much.
Yeah. So it's not a Texas-sized muffin, not like our muffins.
Mm-mm.
It's like a third the size of our muffin, right? Okay. And have you had our muffin? You had a chocolate muffin.
Yes.
Right out of our kitchen,
Mhm.
right out of the oven.
Hmm.
And
It was pretty good.
okay, so do I dare ask on a scale from 1 to 10?
You can ask. Yes.
Okay. Better
6.
Better be high. I was gonna say better higher than 5, and he gave me a 6. Was it not sweet enough?
You know what? No, I changed my mind. It was probably a solid 8.
Oh, okay, a solid.
It was an 8.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna look here now. Look here. Isn't this interesting? No nutritional. See over here where it says, how would you rate this food? That's where the nutritional is supposed to be. And they don't even tell us what it is. Are they embarrassed about it? Well, we can't go. So what did you have another time? Have you had the pancake on a stick?
I have.
All right. So you want to pull it up? Let's pull it up. All right. Well, we're looking at 200 calories. All right. So I'm going to come over here and go pancake. I'll just call it stick. Okay. And our total fat is what? So if you'll read over this to make this easier, just read me what those is. What's the fat?
11 grams.
11 grams. All right. What's the carbs?
The carbs are 19.
19. And then protein is what?
6.
6. All right. Okay. And then did you have anything with it? Did you drink anything?
Usually I do drink a juice.
Okay. Let's go down to juice. Let's see where I can find this. Okay. Here we go. Juice choices. Did you have apple, orange, tangerine, or mixed berry?
Orange tangerine.
All right. Here we go. Orange tangerine. All right. Do the same thing. So we got fruit juice. What? How many fat? We know it's 0. How many carbs?
15.
15. Okay. And protein?
0.
Huh. Imagine that. All right. Anything else? Did you have some milk?
No, I
Bless
did
you.
not. Thank you.
No milk. Okay. That means I gotta get rid of the milk column. So let's get rid of this one because we don't want to skew our numbers, right? All right. So now let's pull down our screen. I'm gonna pull it right over so you can see it. I just entered the numbers. Now I just made milk 0, as you can see. The juice is 60 calories at 15 grams of carb. Fruit at 60 calories. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have any fruit?
I didn't.
Okay, so let's take that one out too. We don't want to mess with that one. I was playing around with it before, make sure that my math worked. And then stick, that's pancake on it. Now you did have syrup, didn't you? You just ate it without. Did they serve syrup?
They didn't.
Okay. All right. And that's 11 grams of fat, 19. All right. So let's look down in the bold letters down below. Total calories, 259. That's okay. We don't care about calories. Grams is, or fats at 38%, carbs at 53%, and protein at 9%. Is this matching the ratio that the hundreds of clinical studies have told us that it should be, especially for a young growing boy? No. More than half of the calories that this young lad is getting is carbs, which means it's going to be burned off before 10 o'clock in the morning. And he's going to be hungry again, looking for a Red Bull, a can of pop, a candy bar, or something else. Were you hungry pretty soon?
Yes.
You remember? Okay. All right, let's go to another one now. Let's move this out of the picture. Let's go back to our screen. Now, Porter, based on that, in what I'm telling you, we want our fat at 60 to 70%. Did we do okay there?
No.
No. We want our carbs at 3 to no more than 20%. How'd we do?
No.
If these were grades, would we doing very good in
No.
your math class? No. Like if this was a test, you got, that's not good. And protein, we want that at about 20 to 25%. Did we do okay?
No.
We are really not doing great.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to lunch. Porter goes to lunch. All right. And today we get chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, cheesy breadstick, and green beans. All right. What are we going to get? Let me guess. Chicken nuggets.
Well, we get all of those. If we go to the lunch, we get all of those.
You get to eat every one of those things?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to grab some chicken nuggets. Same thing. I want you to tell me what it is, and let me type it in. Nuggets. All right. Then we've got how many grams of fat do we have?
7.
7. And then carbs.
Carbs is 16.
16. And then protein is what?
17.
17. All right. That's pretty good on protein. And then we got to get out of this, right? And then we go to the next one. And that is mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
All right. I'm going to have to just switch this up a little bit. Cheese, we'll just go mac. We'll call it mac, okay? Mac and cheese, how much fat?
How much fat? 19.
19. And then carbs?
45.
45. Protein.
11.
All right. Now, you should be doing this with your foods that you want to check and eat. And you can do it really easy on your phone app by just adding get the MyFitnessPal. It's called MyFitnessPal. Download it on it. It doesn't cost anything, and you can do this exact same thing with everything that you eat. And it'll tell you your calories, your grams, and your percentages. That's where we want to pay attention to. All right, we get rid of the mac and cheese. Someone's saying I can't see the graph. Don't worry, I'll show you the graph when I'm done. I'm showing you the menu right now. Ooh, look at that. Bread cheese sticks. All right, so we're going to go up here to bread. All right, what do we got in fat?
5 grams.
Not much. And carbs?
36.
Oh my gosh. And then protein?
8.
Of course. All right, what's next? We're going to go to this is kind of a lot of food, isn't it? Green beans. Now, of course, you're eating tons of green beans, aren't you?
I actually am. When they ask if I want green beans, I say extra.
Really?
I really do like their green beans.
That's awesome. All right, fat 0.
0.
And then carbs
4.
4. And protein
1.
1. All right, we're not doing too bad. All right, so now that's our total meal. Now, oh wait, we got to drink something. Okay, we're going to go down to drinks. What are we getting? Milk or juice?
Every single time for juice, I always get the orange tan.
Every time?
Yes.
All right, so now can you get more than one drink?
Yes, you can get juice and milk, but I only get the juice.
All right, juice and what fat? 0, of course. And then what do we got? What's the carbs?
The carbs 15.
And then the protein
0.
0. All right. Okay. But you don't now. Let's go ahead. If you did get milk, what would you get? The chocolate milk or the white milk?
I probably get the chocolate.
Okay. So let's do a chocolate milk. Do you think most of your friends do chocolate milk?
Yes, yeah. All of them.
You're just kind of a weird kid and don't take all that extra.
Sometimes I actually will get a chocolate milk just so I can give it to my friends.
Oh,
yeah.
What a guy! That's so thoughtful. You're going to help them get diabetes.
Yeah, I am. Yes.
All right. Okay. So now, anything else? Can you get anything else? No? Okay. All right. Let's pull down our chart and look at it. So right here on the screen, let's put it right in the center so you can see it. Our nuggets, our mac and cheese, our breadstick, our green beans, our juice, and our milk. All right. Are you pretty full by the time you eat this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're looking at a total of 1,003 calories. Holy cow! I'm surprised. So a daily intake of calories for a grown man my size, I'm tipping the scales at about 210, 215, 6'1", and my metabolic caloric rate is 2,300 calories. That's That's almost half of my daily calories in one meal. Now, true, kids need a little more calories or energy than adults do, but holy crap, that's a lot. So let's just go down now. If you're on our protocol, you will recognize that I tell you, move over to the green column, by the way. See that carb in the green? I kind of picked it. Your carbs are kind of green, right? And fats is yellow, and proteins, usually meat, so it's brown. Okay, so in the carbs, you got 136 grams of carbs. Now, Porter, you don't know this because I haven't told you the protocol yet. But to be on our protocol to really aggressively lose fat, we need to be having no more than 20 grams a day. Now that you're looking at what one lunch is, well, not counting breakfast or anything else during, no snacks, no dinner, nothing else, does that look like a lot more than 20 grams?
Yes.
That's what your body has to be in order to lose fat. So you think someone's going to lose fat if they're eating 136 when they need to be less than 20? They can't hear you. You got to say
No.
Okay. So we got 54% of the calories in this meal coming from carbohydrates, 18 coming from protein, and 28 coming from fat. This, again, is not a good example of what we should be eating, especially, let's just say that the kids going to the school don't need to lose weight. Let me turn my phone off. Let's say that's not their goal. Let's just say they're all perfect weight. What's going to happen if they continue to eat this type of food? Well, they're going to definitely be insulin resistant, okay? And they will have a weight problem later on. As a test, right now, almost 40% of our youth are obese. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, 40% nearly. And that is horrible. All right. Tell me what else if you do not have chicken nuggets. Let's go to I don't know. Let's go tomorrow. Pot pie.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go to pot pie. Maybe that was just a bad day, right? As far as imbalance of macronutrient ratios.
Yes.
Let's just see what it is if we switch this up, okay? So I'm gonna go here, and you're gonna tell me the numbers, just like we were. How many grams of fat?
21.
Wow, that's a lot better. What about carbs?
Carbs. I always find. Oh, okay. 31.
31. And protein?
24.
24. Good amount of protein. All right, and then we're gonna go back out of here, and we're gonna choose our next item, cinnamon roll. Now you're not gonna eat the cinnamon roll,
Mm-mm.
so what could you choose if they don't offer it?
They you can just not take one, but I always take one because pot pies are actually my favorite lunch.
Yeah.
And so I try to trade it for another pot pie.
Do you actually pull that off?
I do because everybody loves the cinnamon rolls.
But you.
Yeah, and so I usually like, hey, you want to trade for a pot pie? I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put in cinnamon roll because most of the kids are taking it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now let's go in and go. How many grams of fat we got? 5?
5, yes.
Okay. And then next,
Total carbs 52.
52. And then next,
Protein is 6.
6. Okay. Now I'm going to do something here. Okay. Hang on. I'll do this in a second. I have an idea. Steamed broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that can't be too bad, right? That's a healthy food, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So I'm just going to go broccoli. And I'm going to go, all right, fat, 0. And what do we got in carbs?
6.
6, nothing to sneeze at, and 2 protein. All right. And then we're going to do juice or milk, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull this over and pull it into the screen. Sorry, this is... All right. So it's even more. It's 1,107 calories. 25% of it is from fat. I don't care. That's okay. But 160 grams. Even the last yesterday was 136. We just increased it by, what is that? That's like 30 grams of carbs. That's 20% increase. 58% of the calories coming from carbs and 17 coming from protein. Now, let's just take a look. I want you to see this, Porter. You traded that roll, okay? Oh, wait, what did I... Oh, wait a minute. For some reason, I guess I didn't click out of the cell. It's 11. Did you see how that changed? I clicked out of that cell.
I did.
It's 1,100 calories, 25, 58%, and then 17. So the percentage didn't change much. But since you take that roll and you get another pie,
yes,
we're going to do that scenario.
Okay.
And we're just going to match these numbers up. Duplicate that one, duplicate this one, and duplicate that one. Okay. So now we're at 1,243 calories. That's more than half of my entire caloric intake. 45% coming from carbs and 34 coming from fat and 21 coming from protein. Now, the percentages really didn't change that much because the ratio of switching the cinnamon roll with the pot pie, we dropped greatly the number of carbohydrates because of the sugars in there and the bread in there, and substituted the calories with more fat and protein. That's okay, but what I see here is not being a cool picture, is that it's just, now this is where calories do count. So people have heard me say, calories don't matter. Your body can't count calories, right? So stop trying to count them. That's true in most of the cases. However, when you're getting more calories than you actually need, if your balance of ratios are just perfect, you got the right amount of carbohydrates, they're sitting at below 20% of your calorie intake, your fats at 60%, proteins making up the rest, right? Then you're just eating more food just because you're overindulging, all right? You're stuffing yourself. That's when calories do matter, right? Because your body's just going to have an excess and it says, I just don't need this much. And so that I would like to see. So as your nutritional advisor, I don't want you to take 2 pies anymore because it's too much food, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you, in your case, I want you to drop out the juice, definitely, right? So let's see what that looks like. See how these numbers start to change. We drop out the juice, just that alone, and now we dropped it down to 42% of our calories are coming from carbs. Still more than I want. But let's say we dropped out the milk, because milk, it's not that milk isn't healthy. It's that it has too many carbs. There's sugars in milk. How many? How many sugars are in there? 20. Let's get rid of that. Okay. And so now we're at 38%. So all we did was we just drink some water. Okay. And we drop out our juice and drop out our milk. We dropped it from 54% to 38% of your calories come from carbs.
Yes.
See, our calories didn't drop that much, did they? But the ratio, the amount of the calories substantially dropped, and that means that you're going to have a lower amount of insulin hitting your body. Now, 104 grams of carbs is still too much. So let's see what we can do. Let's drop out the bread. All right? We don't need that much bread. Right? So
I actually don't eat the bread either.
Okay, right. So, whoa, we just dropped down to 68 grams or 28%. Now we're starting to get somewhere, right? Now, I already told you we're going to drop out the pie, right? So we're going to get rid of all these. And let me fix this one and this one. All right, did we do everything? Yeah. Okay. All right, now we cut our total calories by more than half, right? Again, calories isn't so much of a big deal, but that's plenty of nutritional value, energy for a lunch. You've got 29% of your calories coming from carbs, 37 coming from fat, and 33 coming from protein. I'm happy with the protein. The fat, I could actually go a little bit higher, and the carbs a little bit lower, but this would be so much more. You would start to notice a big difference. Now, if you had a pot pie, the broccoli, and some water, would you be full? You think you won't be. You think you won't be.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that we've been doing is I've been trying to experiment with you where you say, hey, Grandpa, I want more food, right? You said, I want more. I just ate and it tastes good. I want more of it, right?
Yeah.
And I say what to you?
Wait until your food digests.
Okay. I say wait, not till it digests, until your brain catches up to how much you ate, right? You have receptors on the inside of your stomach wall, right? And as your stomach starts to fill up, those receptors actually start to stretch. And that stretching sends a signal to the brain, but it's a chemical signal. It's not an electronic signal. So it takes time for that chemical to hit your bloodstream and then get to your brain, right? That's why you can eat faster than your brain recognizes how much you've eaten. So give it some time. Let your stomach say, hey, I don't have a phone to text you. I got to send it by snail mail in your bloodstream. Just give me a second. Let the message get there and you'll find out that I have plenty of food. All right. So let's go now. Do you like pizza day? Let's do one more meal.
Okay. I don't usually eat pizza.
You don't usually eat it?
Yeah.
Okay. How come?
Because it's not that good.
All right. So you'll switch it up and do something else. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me an example. You go to the sandwich line?
Yes.
Okay, so we go to the sandwich line, load that up. Does the other kids, is pizza pretty popular with the other kids?
Yeah.
It's pretty popular. Okay. All right, so again today we're in the Hawaiian chicken sandwich, baked fries, and baked beans. You get everything, right?
Yes.
All right, so same thing. Let me hit this. You read them off to me.
Okay.
Chicken. I'll just type chicken sandwich. Everybody knows what that means. All right. Fat.
The fat 15.
15. And carbs.
Carbs 51.
51. And protein.
31.
31. Now, why do you think that the carbs are so much? That's a high number, 51. I haven't seen any that are that high in one meal. Why do you think that the carbs are so? Yes.
Bread.
Bread. Okay, good. Where's the bread?
On the buns.
The bun. Where else is there carbs?
The fries.
Why is there carbs in fries?
I'm not sure.
From the potatoes, right?
Yes.
It's a starch. A starch is a carbohydrate. So good. All right, let's get out of this one. Let's go check the next one. And we got baked fries. Now they already, what they're doing is they're telling you what the carbs are in the sandwich. The fries, because it's a separate item, is a whole separate set of numbers. Ouch. All right. So tell me the fries. Do you see kids at school? Because they did the same thing at my school when I was way back then. Just eating fries and nothing else.
Yeah.
That's all they get some ketchup.
Yeah.
And they eat fries, right?
Yes.
Wow, that's nutritional, isn't it?
No, I disagree on that one.
You don't agree?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I entered in the fries while we're chatting. Let's go to the next one. And it's a healthy serving of baked beans. Now, who doesn't like beans? Right? You?
Yes.
So you're not eating them.
I'm not eating them.
All right, you're going to try and trade them.
No, nobody at the school really likes beans either. At least not their beans.
All right, so the beans have a whopping 32 grams of carbs. You see that in there? And then the protein. And let's just look. I want you to look at the ingredients on this one. Can you see there? It says white beans, water, high fructose corn syrup. And if that's not sweet enough, then they put brown sugar in there. salt, pork. Okay, pork is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth ingredient. Then mustard and flour. Wow. Okay, you've heard me talk about high fructose corn syrup. Just you got to get it out of your diet. It's not good. All right, what else do you have on that day?
I'm not. Well, then yeah. The
Do you get any fruit? Can you get some fruit?
yeah, you can, but I don't get fruit.
Okay, but other kids are. But fruit's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
What fruit would you get?
Well, I know people who do get fruit, and everybody gets grapes.
Grapes. That's the thing. That's the cool thing to get.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. So we got fruit, because fruit is Mother Nature's gift to children, right? Everything's great about fruit. And we got 0 fat, and we got how many carbs?
14.
And how many proteins?
1.
All right. And then after fruit, which Porter's going to try and trade for, we have a juice, right? You're getting juice?
Yes.
And of course, we always get the tangerine.
Yes.
And we already have that listed. I got to re-enter the numbers. We got 0 fat. How many carbs?
15.
15 and 0 protein. All right. Okay. So now we have some good numbers here. I want to show you what they are. And we're lower calories than the other lunch, 936. But look at these ratios. This is the highest one so far. 59% of the calories are coming from carbohydrates. Look at that. That is crazy. All right. And that's without him getting any milk. And sometimes people are just getting the fries, right? And do they get fruit? Do you ever see anybody get fruit and fries?
No.
Okay. So tell me something. Tell me what someone would normally get. You've seen people get in this combination.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of hard to think back, and because you have probably memorized people's lunch menu, have you? So if let's say they don't get the chicken sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
they'd get fries, and then what?
They would get fries, they would get a juice, and they would get milk.
Okay, so let's get rid of the beans because nobody likes the beans.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get rid of beans, and then they're going to get some fruit and milk. All right, so you better pull up the milk and see what that looks like. Chocolate milk, of course. Who's going to get skim milk or white milk when you can get chocolate, right?
Mm-hmm.
What fat do we have?
0.
0, because it's fat-free, thank goodness, because, fat is so horrible, it's killing people. Joke, everybody. It's not real. And 8 grams of protein. You can see on the screen, I'm just adding stuff. And then now we're at the same percentage, right? So you can mix it up and see how it changes very little. We have more calories, but the ratio is more important than the number of calories, right? When you're cherry picking. But what if these kids are just getting nothing but the French fries? Okay, so they get nothing but the French fries. They have maybe something to drink because the juice, that's okay. Now they're at 58%, right? See, it stays the same, right? Now look in that column of where you see fries. See that? Second item down, and follow it all the way over. 65% of the calories are coming from the carbohydrates. If they had just fries alone, and maybe they went, let's go see if do they serve ketchup?
Yes.
All right, let's go take a look. We all know the ketchup has sugar in it. Let's see, help me find ketchup. Ketchup, right there. Look at that. 5 grams, another 5 grams of carbs. And the third ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. Thanks. And then distilled vinegar, and then corn syrup after that. What I'm trying to point out is this is what they're feeding our children. But my question to you is, are you eating any differently? You think that you're eating healthy because what's wrong with fruit, right? What possibly could be wrong with Mother Nature's candy, right? And so, let's see. There we go. This is a very simple illustration. I'm not expecting you to memorize the nutritional value of every food. But if you could just take your MyFitnessPal and you enter it into your phone and then just do that for a week of whatever you're eating, and then just see what it is. It gives you a pie chart of what it looks like. While we're talking, let's see if I can pull it up. What it looks like that you really are eating. And it gives you a perspective of your real scenario instead of just trying to use your memory or listen to the nutritionist at the hospital that told you you just need to eat more fruit, right? Or, up your carbs and get good healthy carbs and cut your fat. It's just the studies don't back their theory up. And so Porter, while we're talking, tell me over the last couple of days, what is it that has, stuck in your head? Or what impressions have you got that maybe an aha moment about food that you didn't realize was what it made? I guess what I'm saying is, has your vision of food, your impression of food, what you thought was healthy and is healthy, has it changed at all in just a couple of days?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always thought healthy food would just be vegetables and like salads and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when Callie made the dinner last night, that was really good and it was healthy. And I was like, wait, what? This is healthy? And it was like probably the best chicken I've ever had.
Okay, so now your definition of healthy has changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it healthy?
Well, I know.
She told you what about it? She told you it was low carb?
Yes.
Okay, so it essentially had no carbs in it, right? And yet you loved it. You thought it was great, right? And one of the best chickens that you've had. So you can have a low carb meal and have it be delicious, even for a 13-year-old kid that hasn't been eating low carb. Now, honestly, you've had my shakes.
Mm-hmm.
Your little brothers.
Uh-huh.
If any of you that have seen videos that I posted or pictures I posted of the little kid breaking into the pantry, into the bag of the powder that you eat, they eat it with their hands. Dry powder, right? It's awesome. Porter, you don't do that.
I don't.
And how do you like my shakes?
I don't like
You
shakes.
can be honest.
Yeah, I don't like shakes, so I'm not a big fan of the shakes.
Unless it's a ice cream milkshake.
Yeah.
You like those?
I do.
Okay. So it's not that you don't like my shake. You just don't like drinking your food.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that you prefer. You'd rather eat it.
Yes.
And that's not unusual, but that's just a preference. It's an introduction. And so while Porter is with us, you'll be with us again till next Tuesday. I'll give you an update and we'll ask him how he likes shakes now. See if it's increased a little bit because if he's just is being exposed to it more. What you're seeing on the screen is you see MyFitnessPal. Just as an example, I typed in nuts, macadamia nuts, and it gives you an example of in a serving of 12 nuts, the calories. See those percentages above carbs? 2% of those calories are coming from carbs, 94% of the calories are coming from fat, and 4% are coming from protein. So that you do combination of foods and it will tell you what your overall percentage is. By the way, out of all the nuts, macadamia nuts is the lowest in carbs. Did you know that? Most or some of the most popular nuts like peanuts and cashews are not a nut. It's a legume. It's a bean and it's higher carbs. So be aware of that. Just in the same amount of nuts, of almonds, even cashews, you'd be looking at 5 grams instead of 1 gram, in this case, of the almonds, and 6 grams of carbs in the case of cashews. So hopefully this has been helpful, more applicable application. If you still have children in school, will you go through this and just help them understand a little bit more about what healthy really should look like. Identify what their goal is, and that will help them define what health is. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. If you have any friends, any young parents that just want to know how in the world do I get a handle on feeding my kids healthier foods, this is to be a great video. We'll send out the link and you can replay it and watch it at your convenience. Thank you again. We love you. You love them?
I love them.
Love them.
I love you.
And we'll see you later.
Wow. Are you serious? Are you serious?
That's what I do every week. What do you think?
It's all right. That's being a YouTuber.
Yep. All right, now we're going to check our email. You get ready to go? You got all your stuff?
Can I check my email real quick? See if I got any teachers responding.
Yes, you may, but you got to do it quickly.
So wait, how many views is that gonna get?
I don't know. It depends. They're all different. Sometimes they get a lot. Sometimes they only get, a few. Okay, here you come. You can check it now. We gotta go.
Well, I don't have any other emails.
Did you check your homework? Huh?
My homework.
See if you have any more homework. That's what you were checking.
No, I was checking my email to see if a teacher responded to me. Mm, doesn't look like any different.
Well, don't just check the grade. Check and see if they gave you any. Check your assignments.
All of them? All of my
Yeah,
assignments?
so we know if there is any we have to do. So what are these? What's missing?
Okay, so that's missing. Annie Frank's point of view. I need to do that.
And
That's
wait,
new.
didn't you do this one?
What?
The Holocaust one?
Yeah, I did those two.
So that she just hasn't recorded it yet?
Mm-mm. I need to send her an email saying I did that.
So what about this?
That's new. It came today, actually.
Okay, so we got that to do.
I did those two.
What ones?
So, I talked to my mom about
Yeah,
this.
she'll do that. What about this?
I did that. I need to tell her that I did that.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do about these. Look at it. What's for lunch? Consumer diets. So we did. And then I have to retake this when I get back.
Okay, so go email the teachers and say, I've done those assignments. I did the Holocaust and the March Good.
Okay.
Please review.
Okay.
Holocaust. C-A-U-C-A-U-S-T. Holocaust, comma, and March Goods. And then, but I have completed. Please review and update grade. Thanks. Pooter.
Woohoo!
Okay, now wait, let me show you something. Wait. Don't go click out. So the next email you send to the next teacher is going to be about the same.
Whoa!
So copy it so you don't have to type as much. Then send it. Now go to the next one. It saves you time.
Okay, I actually already emailed her about this yesterday.
Okay.
So,
You
she needs to do that.
Can't do anything else? No
No.
more emails?
No.
All right, let's go. Here, take those.
I already need to poop, actually.
Huh?
I already need to poop.
Well, we can't wait. Like,